Man vs Slug.
Well, I hope you watched Saturday's video to see what we did out there in the garden, and for this midweek video we're going to see what we've been doing in here in the greenhouse. So I think it's time to get the indeterminate tomatoes in the ground. They're starting to look pretty full. The roots are right down to the bottom of the pot, which means that I'm going to have to put down some of the side shelving in the greenhouse. So first job is tidying up. So I've tried to design this greenhouse to make it as easy as possible to get the shelves up and down for when we need them, so they should just lift out and flop down. There's something in the way now, isn't there? So that's one of the shelves down, and we are going to put a couple of indeterminate tomatoes over in this corner. And I also need to work out how to scoop the tomatoes. So we've got this stand which does one tomato, which I got given. And if we come over here, you can see another tomato. It's having a nice lie down. So we need to work out how to stand those up. I've been told that using string to make them climb up is quite a good way. So I will be looking at that. But first things first, I will plant a couple of the indeterminate tomatoes over this side. And then on the other side, the shelf is still up. Up on the shelf, I still have the cucumbers. Here we go, cucumbers and watermelon. So I want to leave this shelf up for a bit longer, but I think it might be a little bit shady, but we can make a start with the tomatoes under here. I just have to make sure I get this shelf down before they get too big, otherwise the shelf won't be able to fold down past them. Well, there's a good chance with the angle I've got the camera at, all you're going to see is my bum as I plant this tomato, but we'll do a bit of videoing. I changed my mind about the second shelf. I think once the tomatoes are in place, they'll probably be a little bit too high even. I know that's in a pot. I'll bring it up because there's poles in the way, but I think, yeah, better safe than sorry. The cucumbers and whatnot are just going to have to sit in their tray on the floor and have big enough sun there. See, the roots are all the way to the bottom of that pot, so it's definitely time to get this in the ground. Oops, squished the tomato over by accident. Sorry. The covers. Well, we're going to be working out how to split these things anyway. And last of our indeterminate tomatoes, so these grow indeterminately. And hopefully should be nice and big. And lots of tomatoes. And this year I will work out how to prune tomatoes, unlike last year, which was entertaining but somewhat of a disaster. You can see here the mat of no, maybe you can't see. Got the one of the old pea trays down here as well. Just dumped it down here so that it can let the compost sink into the greenhouse floor. Right, there we go. That's the tomatoes in. It wouldn't be Man vs Slug unless it got power tools. What we're planning on doing is putting a couple of screws in these roof rafters and then dangling string down and tying it around the tomato and then letting the tomato grab the string for support. That's a screw to support the top end of the string. So I'm just starting off by putting a tent peg into the ground. I saw one short on YouTube where the person has cleverly planted the string under the roots, but tomatoes are already in. I'm just going to twist the string round the main stem and then run it up to the roof. So So the string is just going to go over this screw, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times, and I'm going to leave quite a length on the end of the string so that as the tomato grows, if I need to change the tension, I can do so. And I will have a spare string and try and do something akin to a highwayman's hitch, just to increase that tension there. There we go. And that's how we're going to spool the tomatoes. So that's it for this week. I am really pleased with the way the strings are working. The tomatoes are growing, having a great time. I potted the cucumbers up into larger pots. Sadly, the watermelon is no longer with us, but the greenhouse is starting to look really promising. And we've even got, if I can find them, there we go, some flowers coming on the tomatoes. Well, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll be back in the garden on Saturday.